Hi. Have you heard about Missouri yet?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
What did you see?
Oh, shit. The Air Force gave me your number. Whiteman Air Force Base, as a matter of fact, gave me your number.
Okay.
They hovered 300 feet from me and stared at me like I was a zebra in the zoo. Like I was a lion in a cage, you know, an insect in a jar. 3 craft.
Directly overhead?
Directly overhead. I saw their faces looking out the windows at me, man, pointing at me with their fingers. We're not talking about one. We're talking about 3 crafts. I think there's nothing like this ever happened to me in my life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This shrouded in a cloud of mist. And my body wasn't able to move. I was not able to move. Stood there, they hovered about 300 feet from me, the closest one.
What'd they look like? I mean, what'd the objects look like?
Cigar shape.
Were they large or small?
Giant. I would say the size of a large jet airliner at a minimum. Okay? But no wings or tails. Cigar shape. There was 3 of them flying in formation side by side. When they stopped over me, the closest one to me raised up so that the next one to him could lower down, so the next one to him could lower down, so that the rows of windows going down the side, all the, be it however you want to phrase them, people, creatures, whatever, could all see me very plainly. So they looked at me until they cocked their heads and pointed like I was an exhibition in a zoo.
What did those occupants look like?
You couldn't tell. The light from inside the craft was so bright, shining out the windows, that all you could tell was all I could tell. I should say I could tell. All I could tell. I mean, I'm telling you right now, buddy, I'm sitting here not knowing what the hell to think. Heads were human-shaped. You could tell that there was eyes in the head. You could tell that the eyes were large. There was no visual appearances of hair or ears, from what I could see. But the light was so bright, emanating from inside this craft, that they looked like they were bones with no ears, but there was no way to really tell. But they were definitely had a human head shape. They definitely had a human-shaped body. They definitely stood behind these windows and pointed at me. And these crafts had, they looked like a jet airliner with no wings and tail, okay? On the back of them, they had pods that resembled the same kind of pods that would be on the back of like a 727 or something, okay?
Okay.
Except that they had a green glob of light that was mounted to the top of these pods. That it wasn't real bright, but it glowed. And out of the back of these pods, where it would normally come on a jet like as we know it, where it would come the exhaust, was lights that were identical to what the headlights of a car. That's what it really looked like, okay? That's what it looked like, was headlights of a car. They were shrouded in a cloud of mist. When they hovered in the air to stare at me, it was like I was on visual show in a zoo. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you can see these rows of windows going down the side, and they were identical, just virtually identical to the rows of windows that you would see on an airliner. And there was beings behind each one of these windows. They were looking at me and pointing. And I could have seen their faces and their features very clearly. It wouldn't have been for the fact that the light was so intensely bright and coming from inside the aircraft. They made no noise. Absolutely none. They were no more. The closest one, the first one that raised up higher than the other 2 so that the other 2 could raise in stair steps so that the occupants in the windows could see me, was no more than 250, 300 feet from me.